Hello everyone, welcome back. We are going to go over some video editing and some of the wonderful things that we can do with video editing. More specifically, we are going to go over Videoshop, the app that I use for video editing. While I go through this, there will be tools and things that you'll see in other video editing programs that will help you when you're editing videos. A lot of it's terminology and understanding what things do in the program, and that's what we're going to go over today. The first tool on the list is resizing your video. So from this option, we are going to be able to flip it, we are going to be able to rotate it, and we are also going to be able to zoom in and zoom out to certain points, and also make like the size of the frame a different size. I use YouTube size. It's actually programmed into the program, so I don't have to think about the size. Next one is music. This is also sound. So on another program, it might be sound effects or sound. Music controls not only the music, but the sound effects that go onto the video. All right, this one is trimming and or splitting the film. I prefer splitting just because it is a little quicker when rendering, especially on the phone. So if you want to trim something, it's literally what it means. You're going to get into the video, click on it, and then it's going to trim down to what you want. So if you want this huge thing that you messed up on and you want to trim a part out, just scale it down, trim that piece out. But it takes a lot longer to render than it does to split. What split does is when you're on a certain part of the video, like right now, and then I split that. And then it just separates right where I was when I hit split. So these are two easy ways to break up your video, especially when you have a part where you said or That's a great way to break it out. All right guys, this one's pretty simple. It's text. So it just adds text to your video. We have filter. This one isn't exactly what it means, just because I feel like there's other things on here that more are like a filter than this. This just changes color, hue, saturation, and all of that. So if you have a little darkness to your film or something, you can always bring up the brightness and things like that. Stickers, you guys seen these everywhere. I put stickers on all of my videos just to make it more interesting. These are like little GIFs and things that you can put on your video to make it more interesting. You may or may not notice these, but transitions make a video much more interesting, especially when you're going from one clip to another clip. But there's so many different kinds of transitions, like those. All right, for this next one, I'm gonna have my dog help me out. But speed is literally what it says. You can make it slower. Or you can make it faster. All right, this is voiceover or voice. And you literally hit the record button and you can talk over any video. So this is me talking over myself. Magic. This next tool is reverse. This is for different kind of effects and things that you want. Like maybe you want to be dramatic and reverse something and then speed it up to kind of show it backing up. All right, this one's not too complicated, guys. It's copy, it's copy, it's copy, it's copy. So it's just copying that video and then making another copy of it so you have the same thing repeating. Rotate. It's kind of obvious what it does, but it rotates the video. All right, when we talk about imposing, imposing is kind of what you would do if you impose into conversation. You're imposing into the video. So if I impose an image, it's going to show up right here. You can also put a video here, anything, but it's an image or a video that goes on top of your video, kind of like a sticker, and it stays there for however long that you position it to stay there. All right, freeze.
And this is the moment he knew he was caught.
It literally freezes that clip wherever you hit freeze, forever, how long you want it to freeze. It's up to you. This one is a little confusing because it's called kin burns, and if you don't know that term, that is going to be a little more confusing for you. But kin burns are literally panning without actually panning your camera. So for me, kin burns are very valuable just because I can't get up and change my camera and move it around with me without it looking like I'm doing this the whole time. I can pan up, pan down, pan in, pan out. And kin burning is just a frame that you can move like you're panning with the camera. But we're not. We're just on this same frame. Tiltshift is another advanced tool just because it's kind of like a blur effect. Like usually you would need like special lenses for this effect, but you can also tunnel in and get parts of your video that are blurred out and focused and not focused to get those special effects that some lenses would give you. Now distort is more of what I think of filters. This is where you can get like a fisheye lens effect and distort things where they kind of look a little wobbly or a little different. And distort, you get like pixelated, or you can do like an artsy effect. And I feel like that's more of a filter, but it's called distort because it distorts the image of the video. All right, this is pretty standard. This is a backdrop, and this is in between cuts of your video. You can add a backdrop, and a lot of programs have their own backdrops. Like Videoshop has a list of backdrops that you can download onto your phone, and then they show them. I always use like a vintage one or something if I use them, but personally I like to do my custom backdrop, so I just import an image and use that as backdrop and then add text. But once you go through all these tools and you're uploading your film, you will have to give it a title, give it a description, and do those things. And that's just like going through anything and filling the description. It's going to say description, title, and tags, and etc. We talked about tags in my last video over YouTube. If you want to look at that again, hopefully it helps you figure out what kind of tags that you're going to need on your video. Biggest thing about this, guys, is these are only tools that I am showing you. You are going to have to be creative with your mind and how to use these tools to really make it work for the kind of video that you want to make. I am using my phone. Rendering takes a lot longer on your phone, but if you have a computer, a lot of these tools are the same. The basic ones that you'll need to know are sound, cutting your image, fast forwarding and rewinding, imposing video and images. That should pretty well get you started on a good channel that's interesting, and you're not just having a video of someone sitting there in one frame being really boring. So alright guys, if you're enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel below and like this video. This is my last insert for my lectures and tutorials for the OPSU Art Jubilee section on my channel. So do expect normal schedule to be ahead. We do have some art challenges and things that I've been holding back while I'm doing these tutorials and things, so be looking forward to that. But that's it for today, guys. We'll see you next time.